If anyone asked if I had birds inside me, I'd tell them.
Stigmata security guard.
Get on it, NASA.
What? Of what?
Okay. Got all the birds out.
Which means it's gospel truth.
Sushi jackknife. 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 Sushi jackknife.
Why are you doing that in my ears right now? Please stop.
It's time to podcast.
Oh, God. I haven't seen you in a while, and you're making me uncomfortable.
Some sweet podcasting sounds for your ear hole.
Oh, God. I'm going to take my headphones off. I'm going to take them off. This is disgusting. What was that at the end there?
Oh, that's just how it ends.
Did a bird come out of you?
Yeah, it happens.
You got a bird in there?
It's a reoccurring ailment that I have.
A bird occurrence?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just inner birds. Not great.
Are they nice birds?
No.
Shit birds?
It's like Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds,
yeah.
but inside me.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah, it turns out every time I thought I had acid indigestion, just birds flapping.
Yeah? How do you get them out of there?
I start going,
and
then it comes out.
I see. So I probably hit record too early.
Yeah, it was not time yet.
You were finishing your bird exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Got all the birds out.
Wow. Mm-hmm. At least we can say that.
Yeah.
So far today, if you've accomplished nothing else.
That is literally the only thing I've accomplished today.
You got the birds out. Mm-hmm. That's important, though.
I'm lying. I've been very productive today. I've done a lot of things.
Have you?
Yeah. I'm not going to go into detail.
Okay.
I'll let people speculate. But,
speculate away.
Yeah. I got things done. I'm a busy person. I'm hustling and bustling.
You're hooting and tooting?
That's not a thing.
Okay. Because we've been watching Thomas. Do you know Thomas, the tank engine, Thomas and Friends?
I'm familiar with him,
as
that he exists.
As it's branded now. Thomas and Friends.
Uh-huh.
Everyone is always hustling and bustling and chuffing and puffing and hooting and tooting, and I find it's all very uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Very uncomfortable.
Are you concerned that when your child gets older,
yes,
he's going to be disappointed with the lack of speaking transportation that he runs across?
I think so.
It's a real worry I have.
I mean, it's worth worrying about because there's literally, the closest you can get to speaking transportation in the real world is that automated voice on like a tram.
Yeah, and that's no good.
That's
not what you want.
No, it's very monotone.
Maybe a Kit from Knight Rider's situation will happen before then, and then he won't be disappointed.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he's 2, so we got 14 years before he's driving.
Get on it, NASA.
Come on, NASA. In that amount of time, didn't Obama give you more money or something, NASA?
I'm sure that happened.
Yeah.
Of course, when Trump's in office.
Oh, it's all going.
That's the first thing out the door.
There's going to be an earmark that's just for, hair treatments.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's the entire budget.
He will, I heard him promise this in a speech, he's going to cut all funding to government programs and give it to banks as bonuses.
That sounds like that should be like a stimulus? Is that a stimulus?
No.
Oh.
No, I mean like a personal stimulus to the presidents of the banks.
Yeah.
So.
But it'll trickle down.
Yeah.
It'll trickle.
I mean, not really.
No.
Because he's also giving them bonuses to park it offshore. So no money's going to
it's all going to go well.
Yeah.
Is what you're kind of getting around to. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
That's not true, by
Our
the way.
Lord and Savior, Donald Trump.
If you're thinking about voting for Donald Trump, that shouldn't change your mind. His actual real politics should. Welcome to Sushi Jackknife.
Welcome to Sushi Jackknife. A clearer thesis statement has never been said.
Yes.
I wanted to get a couple pieces of business out of the way before we get too deep.
Business?
Business, yes.
What that bid natch?
Number one, I want to apologize for a bit of noise last week. It turns out one of my mics was dying.
My mic was fine.
Your mic was 100% fine, actually. It's, yeah. But technically, they're both my mics because they're my property.
Well, but the one that I was using.
Right.
It was probably my voice.
I mean...
was perfect.
I don't know a whole lot about physics, but yeah, that seems to...
You know what you should have done? Just taken the episode and just edited out everything that had sound in it. So, like, you. And then just leave the rest of it. Because it was brilliant.
Could be, yes. Yes. Oh, you mean... Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Leave the really, really great part of the podcast in.
Okay.
And just, cut the fluff. Get rid of everything else. Just leave the meat of the podcast. And no one wants the side salad that's hissing. Get rid of that.
So you're saying just cut myself completely out?
Yeah.
Cut myself out? Well, this is the last episode of Sushi Jackknife. Next week will be Nathan's thoughts.
Yeah.
Just Nathan. It's going to be an all Nathan week.
It will last exactly 2 minutes before I get tired of it.
And throw it out the window. No, in all fairness though, we actually have borrowed some microphones today. Thanks. Thanks to whom I can't really say who we borrowed them from. Do
they know?
No, they're not aware that we borrowed them either. So we're just borrowing them. They will be back tomorrow in their proper place. Also, this is a little... Well, we can say this later. Let's say this later.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what we were going to say here. I know you don't.
Just sorry for the noise.
I'm more than content to say it later.
Okay, great. Love it. So actually, I think you might have an audio increase this week in terms of quality. You might notice even more, velvety vibrations coming your way.
In your ear hole.
Oh, God. I set it off.
Yeah.
I walked right into that one, though. Oh, God. Oh. What the hell is that? Is that another bird?
Bird, man.
That sounded like a crow or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of a caw.
It's pretty bad. I really need to see a doctor about this.
Well, you said you did. You said they told you just to keep burping up birds.
Doctor guy at the gas station. It's one and the same. You say tomato, I say potato, and they're pretty much the same thing. Let's call the whole thing off.
I feel like this is a pertinent question. Which gas station?
I'd rather not talk about it.
I don't know what that means.
It wasn't a gas station. It was just in a dark alley behind a gas station.
How did you get this disease to begin with? You weren't born this way.
No.
Like Lady Gaga.
I don't know if you've ever wondered, like when you see like robin's eggs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like how those would taste as like an omelet.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've wondered that.
Okay.
And I saw them.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'll make an omelet. And then I thought, I don't really feel like cooking, so I just swallowed the eggs.
Whole?
Yeah.
Uncooked?
Yeah.
I
didn't really like it.
You did?
I know, it wasn't good.
It wasn't pleasurable?
Yeah, so I tried a few more bird eggs to see if they were better.
Okay.
Now I have the whole menagerie inside me, so.
I was going to say maybe it's just robins then, but no, it doesn't seem to be just robins.
No.
Okay.
There was a cardinal, a crow, something I don't even know what it was.
Have you stopped, or are you continuing to swallow bird eggs?
I mean, it's kind of an ongoing experiment.
Seems like you've figured out the result.
Well, I mean, up to now, I haven't tried all the eggs.
Okay.
There might be different eggs that give different results.
What eggs haven't you tried? Of birds.
Of birds?
Whole. There are other eggs?
Well, I mean, spiders have eggs.
You tried spider eggs?
I mean...
Did you swallow a spider egg?
You gotta try things. If you don't get out there in life and just experiment...
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it.
What are you doing? You're just wasting your time.
It's like you're not swallowing bird eggs.
Exactly.
If you're not swallowing bird eggs, it's like you're not swallowing bird eggs.
I mean, don't you wonder how many people have, on their deathbed, been laying there, and they're like, if I could do it all over again, I would have eaten that crow egg.
No.
No, I'm sure
that thought has never, ever entered my mind.
there's at least a dozen people who have thought that.
A dozen?
At least.
You're like the geocachers. You're a very small but very dedicated group of people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know any other bird egg swallowers?
No, I'm not going to be friends with them. They'll hog the eggs.
That's a solid point. It's a very logical and solid point.
Yeah.
So how many people know about your issue? Am I the first person you've told? Does your wife know about the fact that you burp out birds, or do you try to hide it?
I mean, it's not really a secret. If
Okay.
anyone asked if I had birds inside me, I'd tell them.
All right, fair enough. Let me ask you a follow-up question to that. All right?
Yeah.
Do you... sorry, I have a condition where I chuckle a lot uncontrollably about bullshit. Do you ever like in a desperate situation, or maybe just I don't know, maybe an everyday situation, when a bird comes out of your mouth, do you ever like hit it with a book and then eat it? Like, do you ever do that?
I'm not a monster.
Okay.
I only eat baby birds and eggs.
Okay, all right. So, okay. I'm just saying, like, imagine you were in the desert. Imagine yourself in the desert, okay?
What desert?
Mojave? Is
I
that
would
a
never
desert?
go there.
Mojave? What?
No, I'm not going there.
Imagine you're in the agave desert.
Okay.
It's very
It sounds
sticky.
very, very sweet.
It's sweet and sticky, but it's very hot and uncomfortable.
Okay.
Okay, you're very uncomfortable. And there's
In the
nothing to
agave
eat.
desert.
You can't get a complete diet because all there is agave. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Say you're in the agave desert,
Right.
which I think is somewhere in probably in New Mexico.
That sounds right.
Yeah. You're stuck there for days, and
Yeah.
you just keep, there's nothing to eat, and you just keep burping up birds. You're
Yeah.
not going to kill at least one of those birds?
Oh, I'm going to find a
consume it?
lizard egg.
And you're going to swallow that?
Yeah.
How many lizards? I assume we've wiped out all lizards from the agave desert. I know I'm setting up a lot of contingencies now, but
Right.
you're very resourceful.
Right.
Have you tried this with other species? Do you know that, like, say you swallowed a spider egg, that you'll belch out spiders?
I mean, it's it's an ongoing experiment.
Have you tried a spider egg? I'm asking you a direct question.
I mean, maybe once or twice.
Okay.
5 times.
5?
10. No more than 20 times.
Okay. All right. And have you barfed out spiders yet? Has that happened?
I mean, barf is a pretty loose way of putting it.
Okay. Have you burped up? Coughed up? What do you do?
I may have had them exit through the entrance
Okay.
and also the exit.
Oh, I was going to say, so you...
My toilet bowl looks terrible now. Just spiders everywhere.
Does this ever happen at work? Do you
No.
ever... No? Never
No,
happens at work?
absolutely not. I
No?
hold that in. That's
hold it in all
That's
day?
an at-home poo.
Okay.
If there are
How
spiders
can
coming
you-
out, you better not do that at
How
your
can you
office.
differentiate? I mean, is it like one spider gets out and then you stomp it? Or do you let that spider go too? Do you let the spiders go like the birds?
Yeah, I believe that we should just let the species roam free, you know?
You're kind of a...
Just let everyone and everything just live their life.
You're kind of a live and let live
Yeah,
kind of guy.
yeah, unless it's in an egg, and then I'm going to eat it.
All right. All right.
So,
what about unfertilized eggs? What about like chicken eggs from the store?
oh, that's disgusting.
You don't do that. That's
Chicken eggs?
You,
You freaking weirdo. Chicken eggs.
all right.
People don't do that.
What's the egg you aspire to the most?
Eagle.
All right.
It's going to be hard to swallow that.
I was going to
thing,
say
though.
that's a pretty big egg. I mean, I was going to say ostrich, but now that I think about it, it's the same problem.
Yeah.
It's a big ass egg.
Yeah.
How are you going to... And if you had to puke up an eagle, it would just rip you apart from the inside. Am I wrong?
You're not incorrect, but what a patriotic way to go.
Trump for president 2016.
Build that wall.
Did we say welcome? We
did.
We're so far down this fucking egg rabbit hole that this egg hole that I don't know where we are right now.
Yeah, we said welcome.
We did.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Then you made an announcement.
I did.
Then you were going to make another announcement.
I decided not to.
Then you said, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
And I said, okay.
Great.
And here we are.
Oh, gotcha.
That's our current place in the show.
The situation that we're in. Got it. Okay.
I kept track of all that. I'm so good at
How
this.
did you do that? That was pretty amazing.
Like a steel trap up there.
Yeah.
A rusty steel trap.
Little follow-up question to you.
Yeah.
So, can you utilize the brain power of the other creatures inside you, the menagerie?
Well, obviously that's not going to be the way it would work.
I'm just asking.
Come on.
Do they do your...
Move on. No more egg questions.
All right, fine. No more egg questions. Fine. This scientific discovery, we're just going to push it under the rug.
I mean, eventually.
Under the rug.
I'll write an article in a journal, and then we'll be good.
I guess you would probably get published if,
Yeah.
you know, like these people who's like the guy, his name escapes me right now, but there's the guy who got the spike through his head. And his personality changed. Have you heard about this? Is like he was working on the railroad in the 1800s. This is one of the first cases of being like, the brain has something to do with who you are and how you act. So yeah,
I something sort of like that. I was watching a documentary today about pill abuse because I love cheery things, prescription pills, and they were talking to this guy who was a professional wrestler. This was just the craziest story I've heard in a long time.
All right,
he was at a point where he was taking, I think he said like 100, 200 pills a day.
What of what?
Just all sorts
Percocets
of
and
everything.
Stuff? Oh my god!
I mean, painkillers, Viagra, all sorts of things.
Whoa.
Yeah. Anyway, because of all the pills, dude had a stroke,
Yeah.
and it was in his sleep. Didn't know he had a stroke. So he had to relearn how to speak and everything.
Oh my god!
But he never went through any withdrawals because the part of his brain where the addiction was stored was the part that died in the stroke.
What? You're kidding.
Most bizarre thing I've heard in
He's
a
the
long time.
The luckiest man alive.
Yeah, I mean, aside from like that, having to relearn how to walk and speak and all
Besides that.
Yeah.
But at least he didn't have to deal with withdrawals.
Yeah, it was just all of a sudden that part was shut off and he was done.
Oh my god.
So,
Because if train spotting taught me anything, withdrawals are hell.
yeah,
You got to have all kinds of different soups. You got to have a pan for this, a pot for that.
I'm sure that was his worry, was if I quit these drugs, where am I going to get the soup?
All these different soups.
Like there's dozens of soups.
You got to have like a broth-based soup and a cream-based soup. I don't know why, but apparently that's important, according to Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, if you
in
ever
train spotting.
If you ever go to the grocery store and you see someone standing in front of the cans of soup,
Yeah.
just for a really long period of time, examining all the soups, that person is about to give up drugs. They're figuring out what they need.
Yeah, they're a heroin addict.
And don't let them get the chunky soup.
No,
because that's not going to be
turn
good.
them away. And nothing in like a box. It's got to be in a can. Have you seen all these boxed soups?
I didn't know that. Oh, like it's liquid in the box?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We do that.
I don't much care for it.
Trader Joe's?
Oh, do they do that?
Oh, yeah.
Is it Trader Joe's or is it like Trader Soup Guy?
It's, I believe it's called Trader Joe's.
You know how
soup.
Oh, okay. You know how they do that? Like we had a pizza yesterday. It was Trader Giotto's. Yeah, it's cute at first, but then it's like, come the fuck on.
They have a bunch of like tortilla chips and stuff that are Trader Jose's.
Trader Jose's. It seems a little racist, if you ask me.
Racist or, appropriate. One of the two.
Culturally appropriate.
Yeah.
Cultural appropriation. Yeah. So if they have like, I don't know, sausages, is it Trader, I don't know, what's a German name?
Well, I mean,
Trader Werner?
That depends on what type of sausage it is.
German sausage.
Okay. Well, then it would be, Trader Hans.
Trader Hans.
Trader Hans.
I like Trader Hans.
I'm sure there's a German name that starts with J.
I was trying to think of one. Nope.
Don't.
Didn't have one. Thought I did, didn't.
I mean, I'll be honest, my knowledge of German names, my Germanic name database is like five names, and one of them's Adolf, and that one's not really allowed.
You wouldn't use that
on
one,
products.
I don't think. No,
So-
no. Except if you're in. This is something I heard a while back, but some chicken restaurant in Japan or something was. Maybe it was not Japan, maybe it was China. I don't remember, but they were using the image of Adolf Hitler in their advertising, not as a Nazi thing, but just as like an attention grabber. You know, this is like marketing gone.
I mean, that
Gone oh so right.
that
I
would
guess.
work.
Yeah,
it would grab your attention.
It would, to see the profile of Hitler enjoying a chicken leg.
Yeah,
Japanese chicken leg.
he
Very
doesn't,
strange.
he doesn't seem like a person who would enjoy chicken.
Adolf Hitler? No, I don't think so.
No, I imagine, especially if he's eating a chicken leg,
Yes.
it would be too greasy
He wouldn't like it
on
in
his
hands.
fingers.
Yeah, I don't think
he
he'd
seems
that.
like a neat freak.
He does. He seems like a real cleany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be the weirdo with the fried chicken trying to eat the leg with a fork and a knife. That's not a good idea.
Truth. You'd never see Adolf Hitler with a rack of ribs.
Just one more reason not to like Hitler.
It's just one more.
I've got a whole list of reasons. And that's right there now.
Is it longer than your list of German names that you know? Calculating.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. That's at least 8 reasons. So
At least 8, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of those are bold,
Right.
underlined.
yeah. I mean, there's like the one really big reason.
That he was a terrible artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big reason.
He was not. He thought he was so good.
He thought he was so cocky. Such a cocky
Just
about
let it go, Adolf.
I know.
No one wants your paintings.
Right.
And
Right.
stop giving it to everyone as a Christmas gift.
It's not welcome.
That's not what people want.
No.
You're just being cheap.
People want things.
You're
They
the
don't
Fuhrer.
want-
You can afford things. Come on.
Come on, Chancellor.
That took a strange turn.
It did. Really did. Took
I
a
haven't
dip.
scolded Hitler in a while.
No,
so.
no. It comes up perennially. Is that the right word? I always get that mixed up. Annual, perennial. Perennial means they come back.
Yeah.
Annual means they die every year.
Yeah.
Got it.
I've had this conversation a lot recently as we discussed flowers at my house. There's not really more to that story. That's pretty much it.
It's the end. Yeah.
We've discussed it a lot, and that's why I know now.
And you've planted a lot of flowers, I guess.
No.
No?
No, I don't do that.
You don't do the planting?
No.
She does the planting?
Yeah, my wife plants flowers.
Okay.
And not because that's a lady's job, just in case anyone out there was about to call me sexist. It's because she's detail-oriented, and if I were planting flowers, they would all be in one big clump, and then I'd quit.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Are you ever enlisted to operate a shovel or anything like that? Because that's what happens to me.
I mean, I help dig the flower bed.
Okay. See, that to
Anything
me,
that involves brute strength,
you're there.
yeah. Anything that involves, digging 2 inches deep, and then spacing out the flowers a foot, and no, that's not me.
I understand.
That's not my game.
It does look rather nice. And I thought to myself when I saw it, I thought, Nathan didn't do that.
No.
My estimation of you was accurate. Once again.
I believe I watered it a couple times.
All right.
And that's about all I had to do with it. And digging the flower bed.
The extent of your activity.
Yeah, I dug holes. So
You filled those holes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm essentially, and anyone out there who's about to get married or thinking about getting married, this is something you need to know.
Don't.
That's not what I was going to say. When you get married, basically anything that's manual labor becomes your job. As the male half of the marriage. And I know there are women out there who are going to go, that's not fair. Women can do anything men can do. Yes, that's true.
Yes.
However, you choose not to.
You don't want to. Right. You're going to want us to do it for you.
And that's why I end up moving things and digging holes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. That's why when you got here tonight, I was in the throes of a negotiation with my wife about going out to get her more beer and trying to find a monetary value on me doing so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I almost nightly, if there's anything that needs to be gone and got, I go get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that didn't used to be the case in our house. And then pregnancy happened.
Oh, yeah.
And now the local Kroger grocery store knows me oh so well. Every time I walk in, it's always slightly later than they have, because they have the 2 doors.
Yes.
And they shut one door down at night.
They shut one door down, absolutely.
It's always right after they've shut down that door, so I have to walk by all the cash registers and the security guard that's in there. And the security guard just always looks at me like, hey,
yeah.
welcome back.
It's very odd.
I know what's going on in your house.
Yeah, it's very odd because that I'm there at probably a lot of the same times as you are, though we never have seen each other at that Kroger.
I hide when I see you.
Oh, okay, well, that's fair. But I know the security guard you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's very strange. He's he has a high level of, helping attitude, because I've seen him bagging groceries before.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what if something were to occur?
Well,
whilst you bag the I'm just saying, he's not compromising us all.
That's not what I want out of a security guard.
Correct.
I want the security guard who stands off in the corner, arms crossed.
Yep.
Just looking like he's ready to go after someone.
Pounce like a tiger. Yeah.
I want him following me around because it looks like I'm casing the joint. I want him doing that. I don't want him bagging my groceries.
No. It's a nice gesture.
Yeah.
But,
it would be really weird if he bagged my groceries because I always go through the self-checkout.
I've seen him do it. I've seen him be like, he's just so helpful.
I don't like it.
He's the most helpful human being.
Yeah. I mean, he seems nice.
He's nice.
Yeah.
He's extremely nice.
Whatever.
If you look closely at his hands, there's holes.
Oh, wow.
Stigmata security guard.
I had not noticed this.
He's already attained sainthood, and he's going for that golden ring. He's going for that last step.
By being a security guard. Nice
well,
move.
No, that's just how he supports himself on his way to Stigmata.
Yeah. By being a security guard.
Sure.
That's how you get sainted.
Yeah, I mean, if you're really, really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not Catholic. I don't know how it works.
No.
How does it work?
I
You're
mean,
not
I don't
Catholic
know.
either.
They're not going to let me decide who's sainted. If I were voting, it would be a very, very different list of saints. I'd have like Lou Gehrig. I mean, he got a disease named after him, and he was a successful baseball player.
St. Lou.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. So
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm sure if it was just up to like a popular vote, the Catholic Church would have like Saint JFK,
Truth.
Saint Robert.
Truth.
So
Saint the Celtics.
yeah, so they really need to just shut that down and keep it the way it's at.
I mean, if you might get that position if you keep puking up birds. It's kind of miraculous.
Yeah.
It's a pretty miraculous
Well, I
thing.
mean, I'm a special guy. What can I say?
Well, we all knew
What
that.
did I say?
We just didn't know. I didn't know about your secret talent. That's all. If you had been on Double Dare, you would have had to come out with that shit.
Oh man, Double Dare.
Yeah, it was either that or a pie in the face, my friend.
What kind of pie?
I mean, it's just whipped cream,
I like whipped cream.
but that's all it is. It's not really even a pie.
I'd take the pie.
It's
in
literally
the
a
face.
pie plate filled with whipped cream.
If
You like it that
someone-
much?
Oh man, whipped cream.
Yeah.
man. I don't get to eat that anymore.
I was gonna say, is it about the forcing you to eat whipped cream?
No, yeah. Well, I mean, all of it's great.
All of it?
Yeah, all of it's great.
The public humiliation is
Yeah.
that part of it too? It's kind of a deep thing he got going
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
No, I don't get whipped cream anymore
Of course you don't.
because it's not healthy. So
And as we've established, you're now a healthy person. You've
Yeah.
become a healthy person.
yeah, whatever.
What? You've said it yourself.
I know.
Are you not wanting to be a healthy person anymore?
Well, you just talked
you
about
done?
whipped cream, and now I want some.
We can go
some
get some
pie with whipped
do you
cream.
Want to blow this off and go get some whipped cream?
Well, I mean, I want pie with the whipped cream.
We can get pie. There's pie.
What kind of pie?
I mean, any kind you want. There's a fuck ton of pie out there.
Well,
The
but,
Kroger you were just talking about has a lot of pie.
yeah, they do, but it's always
It's frozen, but it's pie. I mean,
the Kroger. I have issues with the Kroger.
well, so do I. Let's start. You first.
The last time I went to go buy chocolate chip cookies because it was 9:30, and we need chocolate chip cookies in my house. I was told this.
9:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went, and the only chocolate chip cookies they had were sugar-free chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, wow. How does that happen?
I don't know. I don't understand why a place would have, like, 15 dozen sugar-free chocolate chip cookies, no regular.
That doesn't make
chocolate
sense.
chip
That
cookies.
does not follow.
No.
I don't care for that at all.
And that's my issue with Kroger.
Yeah,
Know your market.
Yeah, well, there's that. Yeah, I was looking for Biscoff cookies there a lot, but then I thought maybe this is a thing that they don't have everywhere. And then when they have them, it's very strange. When they have the Biscoff, they're always just in a basket over by like the baked goods. They're never with the other cookies. Does that make sense?
What's a Biscoff?
Oh, you don't know what a Biscoff cookie is?
No.
That's the little thing you get on airplanes. A little cinnamony little wafer thing. You dip them in coffee. They're great in coffee. What are you looking at me like that for?
Of all the cookies in the world.
Listen, let's be honest. If I'm going for cookies, that's not my choice.
Right.
If I'm going for something that I could pass off in my mind as a breakfast item that's actually a cookie, that's a pretty solid choice. It's right up there with biscotti.
You could have a Cookie Crisp.
No.
Yeah,
Cookie Crisp is actually terrible.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, it's cardboard chunks with some very, very subpar morsels.
And that taste like cookies.
Kind of. They kind of. You know how Lucky Charms kind of taste like marshmallows?
Well, I mean, it actually is marshmallow.
Yeah, but it's not like marshmallow. It's not big, fluffy. It's like crunchy, weird. I mean, delicious, granted. But crunchy, weird marshmallow. Cookie Crisp is just like cardboardy, chocolatey stuff that gets soggy real quick.
You realize that all cereal gets soggy because you're putting milk on it, right?
Yeah, but there's a quickness. There's like a coefficient of soggy. There's a sogginess coefficient. Yeah.
So how quick does a Biscoff get soggy?
Real quick, but we're not talking. Biscoff isn't cereal. I'm not arguing that Biscoff is cereal. I'm arguing that it's a good thing to put in coffee and dip it and eat it. It's delicious.
You were talking about cookies for breakfast.
Oh yeah, well yeah, but why
don't you just give up and have a real cookie?
I mean, I could do that.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to fool myself.
It's not. But if you are conscious of the fact that you're trying to fool yourself,
yeah, but
you are then in fact not fooled.
I don't think you understand how psychology works. It's all about it's all about layers of mist in the mind, because that thought might occur to me.
Yeah,
but it's pretty easy to push away because I can be like, this is a breakfast item.
So you just live your life in denial.
Yeah, totally. You haven't figured that out yet. A lot of denial happening.
Well, that
here.
sounds healthy.
Cloud of denial. Oh, I've never claimed to be a healthy person such as yourself.
Oh,
it's true.
Biscoff.
It's pretty good. You never had one before in your life?
Not that I know of.
All right. You would probably find it unremarkable, but I'm just saying.
I don't like hard cookies, and that sounds like it's going to start out as a hard.
Is.
Anything I have to dip to eat I'm not interested in.
So you're not a ginger snap person, I would take it then.
No.
Okay.
Ugh.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Ginger snaps are the worst of all cookies.
I wouldn't say that, but okay. Yeah, I'll take your opinion.
I also, while we're on the subject of hard cookies, do not like Oreos.
Really?
Too hard.
Fascinating.
I want something chewy.
So what's your favorite cookie?
A chewy cookie.
Like a chewy chocolate chip? Is that your favorite?
Well, I mean, I like homemade cookies.
Oh, well, of course you do. Everyone does.
Yeah.
They're much preferable to anything else.
I don't think even as a kid I ate store-bought cookies very often.
Interesting.
No, we didn't.
You didn't eat them that much, huh?
No. Like Chips Ahoy and crap like that.
Oh, I love Chips Ahoy. Chips Ahoy are good.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Love those preservatives.
Yeah. My favorite were the ones that it was Keebler, and they had like an M&M, but it wasn't an M&M in them. It was like a chocolate chip cookie, but
I
it
don't
had
even
these
know
like
what
big
this is.
chunks of candy coated chocolate in them.
You mean like M&M cookies?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Well, I've had those.
Those
in
were very
life,
good. Yeah.
just not from Keebler.
These are from Keebler, yeah. I don't know what they're called, but they're very good.
I don't want elves touching anything I eat.
They're very clean elves.
You don't know that?
I do. I've seen the inside of their tree.
And they live in a tree. Their hands are just covered in sap, bird feces.
Maybe a grub here and there, but that's
No good.
nominal.
No
That's
good.
There's an acceptable amount of grubs and cookies.
Is there a weirder advertising
No.
campaign than the Keebler elves?
No. I had a second option, but then I immediately grasped the logic of it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Calgon, take me away, the bath people.
Right.
But no, like that makes sense. The
Yeah.
bath can be very relaxing.
This,
Take you places.
it's like someone went, hey, what is it everyone's looking for in a cookie? I know. Elves in a tree.
It is a reach.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like maybe they were trying to go for a Christmas type of thing. That's where they get the elves from.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like, these elves are out there making, the employees of Keebler are the real world analog of the elves.
Yeah.
That seems kind of derogatory.
Yeah.
Now that you say it out loud.
And they're unsung heroes as well, because everyone goes, you know who made my cookies? Bunch of cartoon elves.
Exactly.
And they're like, I work in a factory and I'm a real person. I don't even get to go in a tree.
Yeah. Not to mention all these elves are so homogenized.
Yeah.
There's a very low diversity
Yeah.
in the elf community.
That's true.
I don't know if you know that.
Yeah. I mean, elves are not the most diverse group of people.
No. All generally about the same height.
Where did the tree come from?
The tree is where they live. The tree.
No, I know they live in a tree.
Yeah.
But in all of the elf stories,
Yeah.
is there an elf story where they live in a tree?
Like
In
Elves.
the world, aside from the Keebler elves.
elf stories.
Yeah. You got elves up in the North Pole.
Truth.
Elves that make shoes while you sleep.
That's another one.
Mm-hmm. There were elves in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone lived in a tree.
I don't see why they couldn't live in a tree, though. I mean, isn't the thing about knock on wood? Doesn't that have something to do with keeping like elves in the wood? Isn't that what that's about?
I don't think that's correct.
You don't think that's right? Is it another mythical creature, or
I don't.
we should? I really want to know the etymology of knock on wood right now, because I feel honestly that it has something to do. You say knock on wood, and you knock on the wood, because that scares the critters, whatever mythical critter they may be, back deeper into the wood.
I'm moving on real quick. By the way,
Okay.
I just thought of this.
Okay.
This is important. It's a correction
Oh.
to our last episode.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
You might recall that we discussed the song "I'm Turning Japanese,"
Yes.
and you and Nebraska Roy
Truth.
had a very, very, very specific
Yeah.
theory as to what this song means.
Gherkin jerkin.
A very loyal listener. Very loyal.
This is your wife.
I'm pleading the fifth here.
Okay, it's your wife. We
Texted me while listening to the episode with a direct quote from the singer of the band.
Okay.
Americans seem to think it was written about that. That was an English phrase about masturbation. It wasn't. The song was a love song about someone who had lost their girlfriend and was going slowly crazy. Turning Japanese is just all the cliches of our angst. Turning into something you never expected to.
Okay. Or jerking. It could just be jerking off.
No, he said that's not it. Although, I feel like using the phrase turning Japanese to mean I'm going crazy.
Yeah. More than a little questionable. Why is that the first thing that popped in your head?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it's questionable either way. he says it's questionable in a racist way,
Yes.
not a touching his penis kind of way.
I mean, of the two options, it's really the touching the penis is the better option.
I mean, debatable.
Yeah.
Debatable.
Yeah.
Some racists might love that song.
I'm sure they do. So, speaking of penises, a little story for you. So, yesterday, Sunday morning.
Can we,
What?
before you tell this story,
Yeah.
rewind to the segue one more time and
Yeah.
just try that one more?
Speaking of penises.
All right. I just wanted to make sure that's what we were going with.
That is indeed what I said. So we're all, this is a story about a toddler. We're all, having coffee and breakfast in bed. Yesterday morning, Sunday morning. Yeah.
The toddler, too.
Yeah, the toddler
is
too.
having coffee in bed.
He wasn't having coffee, but he was having bottle.
Okay.
He was having milk. And so he wanted me to scoot over. And instead of saying move or move your legs, he looks at me and he goes, move your penis. And of course he knows the word penis because we teach him the real words because that's what you should do. And I don't know, move your penis. It threw me for a loop. It was great.
When does he start school?
It's a couple years, so hopefully we'll get all the kinks worked out.
I was just wondering
Yeah.
how long it is till you have to go talk to a teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, your child has been telling people to move their penises a lot.
A lot?
Just everybody. He actually told me that the other day. I don't even have one.
Get him out of the way. Get him out of the way.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, isn't that? I mean, you're going to be a dad soon. Expect
Right.
things like that to happen. All right, here we go. This is from Mental Floss, which means it's gospel truth. The first possible origin of knocking on wood is that it's a much more laid-back version of the ruckus that pagan Europeans raised to chase away evil spirits from their homes and trees,
Yeah.
or to prevent them from hearing about and ruining a person's good luck. So it's demons,
Right.
De facto.
Well, and I would also like to point out that if it were elves,
Yeah,
that means the Keebler elves are evil.
it's fair.
So
they could
that's
be.
not great.
No, because they've been mass producing cookies for years and years.
Yeah.
Follow up. The other origin they suggest is that some of these tree worshippers laid their hands on a tree when asking for favor from the spirits/gods that lived inside it, or did it after a run of good luck as a show of gratitude, blah, blah, blah. Over the centuries, the religious rite may have morphed into the superstitious knock, blah, 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 blah.
Well,
There
all
you
right.
go. There you go. There's the origin of that. Another mystery solved. We should knock on some shit because that's good. Keeping them demons away.
Your dogs hate that I'm
They
doing
do.
that.
They really dislike it. So what if you knock on laminate? Like, what if you go through IKEA and knock on everything in IKEA?
Is it made of wood?
It is sort of.
If it is made of wood pulp, I think then you're fine.
When you pulp the wood, does that also pulp up the demons?
Yeah, but demons can survive pulped up, man. They're resilient.
They can get all pulped up.
Oh, yeah. Pulped up demons.
Pulp them up, pulp them up, pulp them up, pulp them up.
I'm pretty sure Pulped Up Demons is like a 70s hard rock album.
Sounds
if
about
you look
right.
around,
Yeah.
I'm sure someone had a Pulped Up Demons.
You probably didn't have to look up that hard, you know? It reminds me of that song Pumped Up Kicks, but if it was pulped up demons.
That's not nearly as catchy, though.
All the kids with the pulped up demons better run, better
See,
run.
it
fits, though.
You're having to jam an extra syllable in there.
With the pulped up demons.
Yeah.
Pulped up kicks. Yeah, it's okay. It's still okay, though.
Yeah.
It still works.
Well.
I
Tomato, potato.
Potato, tomato. Potato, tomato?
Sure.
Potato, tomato?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Tomato, potato.
Yeah. Let's call the whole thing off.
Let's call the whole thing off. Ba-doom, doom, doom, doom.
All right.
All right.
So your announcement.
Oh, yeah, my announcement. Part 1 is this is going to be a shorter show, you guys, because we haven't been able to get together. We've both been insanely busy.
Well, how long has it been?
It's been like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you have...
week and a half or something.
No. How long has the show been?
45 minutes.
That's not that short a show.
Okay, fine. For us, it is. I mean, we usually do an hour 15. Easy.
Just listen to it twice.
You can do that. That'd be great. Yeah, do that. So it's a little bit shorter, but we are getting together again in a matter of days because on Friday we will be recording here at my home. None of you are invited unless I've invited you personally because I don't know you. But you're invited to listen as we have not only our 50th episode, if you can believe it, our 50th episode. I am honestly appalled that I've put this much time. And our first live episode, we're going to be live here at my house with an audience, scant though it may be. And we're going to do our thing. We're going to involve the audience somehow.
Maybe.
I think we should.
I'm just going to kick them out.
Don't do that. You've alienated so many people already. Please don't alienate the people who come to my home. These are our friends. We know these people.
Can I just pretend they're not there?
Yeah, you can do that.
Just ignore them the whole time?
Part.
Just ignore everyone that's there.
Unless they ask you a direct question.
Then I just flip them off and keep doing what I was doing.
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
This is going to be very difficult. We're unsure of the results. But until then, we'll see you soon. And as always, sushi jackknife. You're not going to say it?
What?
You're not going to sign off.
Well, I'm waiting for it to be an hour and 15 minutes before
we're not going to get there tonight. We're not going to get there.
I mean, it just seems like we're throwing in the towel a little bit early, and then
while you're stalling,
you're slacking off.
While you're stalling,
Sushi Jackknife.
You can email us at sushijackknife@gmail.com. Also, good night.